Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made this beautiful dual theme table cover for my kids' birthday party celebration. I am celebrating my son and my daughter together because their birthdays are only 5 days apart. My son loves Fortnite, therefore I picked really vibrant colors, while my daughter is obsessed with Frozen, therefore I picked blues, whites, and grays. To make the table decorations, all you're going to need are the scissors, a utility knife, glue sticks, and a glue gun. You're also going to approximately need 10 different table covers. As you can see, these are the ones for the Frozen theme, and these other ones are the ones that I used for the Fortnite side of the table. To begin with, you're going to unpackage your table cover and you're going to unfold and you're going to start cutting. You cut every 2 rectangles. As you can see, that's my first cut. I counted 1, 2 rectangles and then I make a different cut. And you're going to continue doing this until you're done with the whole table cover. If you don't have a utility knife, you can use your scissors for this, but I use the utility knife because I found it much easier. With your last cut, you're going to be left with a little piece of table cover, so you can go ahead and discard this. The process is then continued with all the table covers that you bought. By the way, I bought all of these table covers at the dollar store, so I spent a total of $10 plus tax, saving over $50 instead of just buying a table cover that already comes decorated. I was also able to personalize my table, making it a dual themed, where you more than likely are not able to buy a table cover that already comes with 2 different themes. So basically, making my own table cover was a no-brainer. This is the part where we turn the squares into the ruffles that are hung onto the table. The first thing you have to do is try and make your square into a circle. As you can see here, I'm cutting out the edges, but I should have completely cut out all the sides as well, because if not, at the end, your table cover pieces are going to be stuck together and you're going to have a hard time separating your spirals at the end. So after you're done cutting out your circle, you have to begin cutting out a spiral. You don't have to be perfect for this. All you have to do is try and keep your cut about 1 inch to 1.5 inches away from the edge or from the previous cut that you have already made. Also, keep in mind that this does not have to be perfect. It is not going to show. All you have to do is just keep turning your table cover and keep cutting. Make sure it's around 1 inch, 1.5 inches. In here, I'm already done completely cutting out my spiral. As you can see, I'm going back with my utility knife and cutting out the little pieces of paper that might have been stuck together. The process is repeated with the rest of your table covers. Once you're done cutting all your spirals, you then can begin separating your spirals into individual pieces. Once you're done separating your spirals into individual pieces, you should end up with something like this. I know it looks a little overwhelming, but trust me, this is a fast process. So first you have to grab a string, then grab both ends with your hands. Put them together and go down the string until you find the midpoint, like this. You can hold the midpoint in one hand and with the other add a little bit of hot glue. Then you stick in the position where you want it to go. Once again, find a new string, find the ends, and hold them together in your hand. Find the midpoint, put some glue in it, and glue it in the desired place. Another way you can find the midpoint is just by grabbing the string and fold it in half, estimating where the midpoint is. Like I already said, it does not have to be perfect. The ruffles disguise a lot of the imperfections that you may have had throughout your cutting of the spirals or the cutting of the circles. You can keep gluing your ruffles close together like I'm doing, or you can glue them a little bit more apart. Just keep in mind that if you glue them close together, how I'm doing it, it's going to look a lot fuller and a lot nicer. You can also glue them a little bit more apart, but your table cover is going to look with a lot less volume, and it's going to look a lot more bare. Another thing to keep in mind is that you have to keep gluing your ruffles at the same level like you did the previous ones. If you don't do this, then there's going to be areas in your table cover that hung lower and areas that are a little bit higher, and it's not going to look as clean. In here, I was already finished gluing most of the blue ruffles for the Frozen theme. I did go back with some of the blue ruffles and filled in spaces that were kind of empty. In the corner, I decided that I wanted more volumes, so I used 6 of the white ruffles and glued them on that side. And I also used 6 of the gray ruffles to give it a little bit of more abstract. Once I was done with the Frozen side of the table, I began with the Fortnite side. I knew I wanted to alternate colors, and for this area, since I was working with 5 different colors, I could have done it many ways. For this part, I decided to do 3 ruffles of the same color, and then I switched colors. I also decided to keep the same pattern. I mean, if you're going to do your own table, you can basically glue whatever colors you want. But since I was working with 5 different colors, it did seem like a bit much if I would have switched all my colors around, because there wasn't going to be no uniformity or anything like that. As you can see here, I'm almost finished with the side of the table. I also wanted to give him a little bit more volume in the corners, so I went back and I added 3 more purples, 3 more greens, and 3 more blues. And this is the final result. I hope you guys like it. Please follow me and subscribe.